The National Defense Commission of the DPRK issued a statement on the 24th under the title, "We will turn out in a total confrontation war for defending the sovereignty of the country." The statement said, "Entering the new year too, the United States described and publicized the DPRK's successful launch of the second version of the man-made Earth satellite Kwangmyongsung-3 as a long-range missile launch, malignant breach of the UN resolution, and grave challenge to world peace and security. Finally, it invoked the UN Security Council to adopt another resolution on sanctions against the DPRK. The recent resolution of the UN Security Council, framed by the United States through backstage negotiations and adopted by show of hands of the puppet member nations accustomed to blind obedience, proves that the U.S. hostile policy towards the DPRK has entered a new dangerous stage. It also shows that even the big countries, which should stand in the van of establishing a fair order of the world, abandon without hesitation even the elementary principle to be observed under the arbitrariness and high-handedness of the United States without coming to their senses. As regards the adoption of the unjust anti-DPRK resolution, we totally reject all the illegal resolutions against the DPRK adopted by the UN Security Council. As the U.S. hostile policy towards us has entered a more dangerous stage, it is necessary to concentrate all efforts not on the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, but on the denuclearization of the big powers, including the United States. The greatest threat to peace and security of the Korean Peninsula is the hostile policy of the United States and all other dishonest forces towards the DPRK, and huge nuclear arms of the United States backing it. Accordingly, our army and people have come to the final conclusion that when the complete precedence is given to the denuclearization of the world, including that of the United States, there will be the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, and our peace and security can be guaranteed as well. The statement stressed that we declare to the world that since the United States led the violation of our sovereignty and its followers joined in it, and the UN Security Council has been reduced to an organization without impartiality and equity, neither the six-party talks nor September 19th joint statement exist any longer. And there will never be dialogue discussing the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, though there may be dialogue and negotiations for ensuring peace and security of the region, including the Korean Peninsula, in the future. The statement continued, "We will enter an all-out confrontation to foil the hostile policy of the United States and the dishonest forces following it, and defend the sovereignty of the country and nation. The resolution of the US-led UN Security Council for sanctions is the most dangerous stage of their vicious hostile policy towards the DPRK. Concerning the prevailing situation, our army and people will turn out as one in the all-out confrontation to defend the sovereignty, more valuable than their lives, and smash the movements of the United States and its followers to isolate and stifle the DPRK. The entire army and people's building of an economic giant, the struggle to conquer space at the new stage, and the strengthening of the deterrent for national defense and security will be oriented and subordinated to the all-out confrontation to foil the movements of the United States and all other hostile forces. We do not conceal that in the all-out confrontation, a new stage of century-long anti-US struggle, different kinds of satellites and long-range rockets we will continue to launch, new high level of nuclear tests we will do will be aimed at the United States, the sworn enemy of our people. The world will clearly see how our army and people, who are convinced of the validity of their cause and storming forward along the road of justice to defend the sovereignty, will punish all hues of hostile forces and win the final victory.